Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Eric Allard here with Tilson Homes, part of Tilson's fourth generation, Senior Vice President, and so glad you guys have joined us here today. We cannot wait to share one of our newest floor plans with you that's just been finished, just closed. I mean, like Friday it closed. We are joined, as always, by our moderator, Dawn Dantzler. Say hello, Dawn.
Hey, everybody.
So Dawn's our Director of Marketing. If you like what you see on all things Tilson website, Facebook, Instagram, that is Dawn and her team. So we are so grateful for them. And we have the special honor today. We got a brand new guest. It's Taylor McIntyre joining us from Georgetown, Texas. Say hello, Taylor.
How's it going?
Taylor happens to be today celebrating his 4th anniversary at Tilson Homes. So happy 4th anniversary, man. It feels like yesterday. So this is great. So, man, tell us a little bit about yourself, Taylor. Where are you from? What's your journey to Tilson Homes? And you can include all aspects of your journey.
Okay.
Feel free.
So I'm from Lindale, Texas, East Texas there. And I got started with Tilson Homes. So my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, they both work for Tilson, actually, down in the Gulf Coast. Mother-in-law is a salesperson down in the Spring office, and my father-in-law, Kurt and Tanya. Kurt is a builder in the Gulf Coast there. So graduated from UT in 2015 and been with the company since 2016, and it's been the greatest decision, one of the greatest decisions I've ever made here. So
brilliant, man. Well, we're lucky to have you. So glad you're here. And yeah, always enjoy the family connection. Of course, I'm a little biased, but 100% believe in nepotism, and we practice it not just in the Tilson family, but throughout the entire Tilson family. So yeah, you got family working here, and that's how you heard about us. And we're grateful for every one of you guys. Y'all work your tails off, and we're happy. So, folks, thanks for joining us today. If you want to, so shout your questions out in the chat area. Dawn's going to moderate for us. We'll go a couple slides in here and there. Ask us any questions at all about this floor plan in particular. Anything about the build on your lot process. We're here to answer all those questions. You got Taylor and Dawn and me as long as you need us. So we're going to start talking about the Rio floor plan, brand new floor plan for us. In fact, it might be the very first one that we've closed, and it closed, like I said, last Friday. So hot off the press. So Taylor, I'm going to turn it over to you, man. Tell us a little bit about this family, about the Rio itself, and we'll let you go, man.
Yeah. So the Fernandez family, they came into the office here. They've been living in Round Rock for quite some time. And, they really just saw the city grow and kind of change right before their eyes there. So I guess where their property is located, they had seen a Tilson home that I had actually sold and that we were building in progress there. And they stopped, chatted with the homeowner there, and they said, yeah, go talk to Taylor there at Tilson Homes. Came in, looked around at a couple of different floor plans that were going to kind of fit within their parameters. They were really trying to find that sweet spot between 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, and really wanted to try to keep it as close as possible to the 200,000 mark there. So had a couple of suggestions, combed through those floor plans, and ultimately we settled on the Rio with a couple of custom options here.
Yeah, so I want to go back a little bit about the you said they've been in Round Rock a lot of time. Not everybody, of course, to be joining us is familiar with that area, but you're talking about kind of north of Austin. Like I said, Taylor's in Georgetown. So, feeling that city just completely come up and grow and encompass them is kind of what got them motivated. Is that pretty fair to say?
That's correct. Yeah, they had purchased 10 acres out in the Bertram area. It's a little bit more quaint, a little more quiet. They wanted that freedom to be out on their land. A lot more privacy than living in the city of Round Rock there. And
yeah,
ultimately, they had a lot of equity in their land. That works really great for Tilson's financing, the way that our process works. So just overall, it seemed like a good fit, and just kind of took things from there.
Yeah, so there's a big difference between a city lot in Round Rock that's maybe, I don't know, let's call it 7 to 10,000 square foot of lot to 10 acres, which is 430,000 square feet of space. So, and we haven't done a whole lot of plans that are this size. So most of the plans have been larger than this. So I'm really happy that you joined us and did one of these really, really efficient floor plans and get to feature that. So tell us a little about what they did, kind of what their decisions were, and take us through some of the changes that they made.
Yeah, most certainly. So one of the first options that they went with was adding that attached garage that's with side load entry there. As you can see, coming into the dining area there, that was one of the things that Mr. Fernandez was very set on. Got to have a garage, a workspace, place to kind of relax, and it was one of the many things that he just absolutely had to have. So we got that, and along with a couple of other must-haves was a rear uncovered patio. And I can't recall, I don't think this is a custom option. I think we made this change ourselves.
Yeah, just added this. Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Yeah. So he had specified, roughly what the size is that he was after, and we got that priced out and added to the floor plan there, so that you can have a nice little seating area there in the back to enjoy that 10 acres he's sitting on there.
Yeah, and you can tell that with the door here, they got really easy access. Set up the barbecue pit, come in and out. You can prep your ribs and chicken, everything good to go, and then right out here on the pit and ready for action. That's nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the master bathroom, it does come just standard in the plan. It comes with a tub shower combination. They really wanted a walk-in shower, something with a seat. We've got that tub shower combination in the secondary bath. So if they did want to take baths, they've got that secondary bathroom to do that. So we converted that tub shower combo at the master bath to just a large walk-in shower with a seat in the back there. And you'll see here in the photos here in a little bit, just kind of what they did with the tile selections and just really, really, really gorgeous color selections that they chose there.
Yeah, they did a really good. I can't wait to get to those.
Yeah, definitely. One of the big things is on a lot of our homes, they're going to have side lights on the front windows, on the front elevation. And so on this particular floor plan, we have a couple of different options to choose from there for the side lights, but they said, hey, we don't want the side lights. So they basically just deleted the side lights completely, and we just got clear glass windows. And you'll see here in the photos here in just a moment. Looks really clean, really fresh, and really gives them a great view of the front of their property. I believe they built this home somewhere around, I think it was 650 feet from the front street there.
Yeah.
So a ton of privacy, and now they've got that view not only at the back, but also at the front of the house there, looking out on their beautiful property.
Yeah, there's lots of different options on you've got a prairie light option, which you've seen on some, a colonial, which is kind of your just classic, 6/6 or 3/3. Kind of what we're talking about, folks, is the different divisions that you see on the front of windows. They have kind of lines going through them, and this particular customer just wanted clear what's called 1/1, which just means one clear pane over another clear pane. And again, yeah, because they really have 360-degree views around their site, because they got no one within 500 feet of them anywhere. So it's really great.
Yeah, really pretty. That craftsman style fits really well for as far as aesthetics go. Out on that country, rural piece of property there, just it goes so well. And like I said, you'll see here in a second the color scheme they chose for their exterior. Just really, really beautiful home that fits really well out on that piece of property. For sure.
And then we'll see it later here, but tell us about the door a little bit.
Yeah, so on this floor plan, it comes with a standard 6-panel fiberglass door, 3 foot wide by 6 foot 8 inch tall door. And they decided they wanted something with a little bit more character. So they ended up selecting a speakeasy door. I believe it was knotty alder, 3 foot wide by 6 8 tall speakeasy door, which just really adds some character and aesthetic appeal to the home that really brings it all together.
So Taylor, tell us about some of the features of the heritage. This is part of our heritage series of plans. Tell us some of the things like your ceiling heights and different things like that are going to be pretty commonplace across this entire series. And folks, if you got questions while we're doing this, shout your questions out. We'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Shoot us your questions. Don will let us know when you have them, and we'll answer every one of them. But go ahead, Taylor, tell us a little bit about the heritage series of plans.
Yeah, so the heritage series, it's relatively new to our portfolio. It's every one of our heritage series plans is going to start with a 9-foot plate height. Of course, we're fully customizable, so we can change ceiling heights throughout the entire house, just raise ceiling heights in certain rooms, or add other architectural elements like cathedral ceilings or step ceilings. This particular customer, they just, they were happy with 9-foot ceilings, and that's kind of what they stuck with. But this, the Heritage Series, it's just a beautiful setup. The 9-foot play height's a little bit atypical. I know a lot of builder grade ceiling heights are most of the time 8-foot ceilings.
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken there. So
you are.
this it just appealed to them from the get-go. We have a model here in Georgetown actually that has some 9-foot ceilings, so they can kind of get a feel for what the whole house would look like inside. And ultimately, you'll see here in the photos here in a second, it turned out to be really, really beautiful.
Yeah. So again, guys, shout your questions out in the chat. We'll be glad to answer all of them. So tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here, Taylor, in the front elevation.
Yeah, so what they went with was the Rio Elevation D, which is that classic craftsman style. You can see they've got that brick wainscoting at the front, I believe on the left and right as well, with lap party above. And they chose a really interesting brick color. I love the dark brown there. It really complements these trim colors that they chose. They've got the brown columns at the front, window trim, and corner boards there, and really all just ties in together really, really neat. The gable there at the front, they did the same thing. Going back to those windows, they also erased or deleted those divided lights in that front gable. Really just tied everything together. But definitely that classic craftsman style. Great little size porch in the front. You can put some rocking chairs there and sit out, sip coffee in the morning, and just kind of enjoy the sunrise out on that on their 10 acres there. They're beautiful.
Yeah, and I can't help but notice, we got the of course the brown accent color on these tapered columns, and that really sets off this door. Tell us again about what that the speakeasy. So we have a hard time visualizing it, but tell us what we're looking at there, that little window.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have a close up here in a moment on that speakeasy door, but it's a naughty alder door, so real solid, beautiful door. But it's that classic speakeasy, back from the 20s, 30s. Exactly what it sounds like. It's it's got a little latch, little window there, some grill on the front there, and it just brings it all together. I think a fiberglass door, 6-panel would have looked just as good, but it would have looked good, but this makes it really, really pop. It just brings it all together.
And I'm noticing something here across the rigids that's lacking. It's lacking a ridge vent, which means it must have some type of particular insulation. Tell us a little about
so
what's going on in Burnet County out there.
Yeah, so in Burnet County, it's part of Climate Zone 3. So the energy efficiency requirements, the code requirements, are a little bit more stringent in Zone 3. So we just at Tilson and Burnet County and anywhere that's located in Zone 3, our homes come standard with spray foam insulation.
Nice.
With that spray foam insulation, the ventilation changes a little bit. You don't necessarily have to have those ridge vents. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, on the back of the home, there's going to be some air hocks. And then, of course, your soffit, your perforated soffit around the perimeter for that passive ventilation. But very, very tight, very energy efficient homes with the spray foam insulation that just comes standard in the pricing on these homes.
Yeah, it's such a clean look. Really, all you're going to end up seeing on the back of the home is your the plumbing vents from the very. So that's really, really sharp.
Very nice, guys. While we're looking at the exterior, we do have a question. If y'all have the option selections in front of you, do we know what color this brick is?
Yeah, so this brick is Sonoran Desert with a gray mortar color. It's an Acme brick selection.
Yeah, Don, we use exclusively Acme products, so thanks for asking. Hey, Don, say hi to Don.
Hi, Don.
I couldn't help it. Terribly sorry.
And then John is also asking how much this build cost.
Yeah,
so tell us a little about their budget and how and what we ended up with, Taylor.
Yeah, great question. So they came in and it was pretty much a hard cutoff. Did not want to spend more than right around $200,000. I think we ended up signing a contract and agreement for right at $198,000.
Yep.
And then, of course, once we got into choosing some of the color selections, they did decide to upgrade a couple of features, which we'll walk through here in a second. I think in total they added about another $9,000 worth of upgrades. Some of the plumbing fixtures, flooring, cabinets, things like that. So they settled all in. I think they were right at about $210,000 for this house.
Brilliant. Yeah, and that's house, garage. That's everything you're going to see done the way that it is done. The shower, everything. So great question, John. Thanks for asking. Got any other questions, Miss Dawn, while we're here?
We do. Samantha is curious about what the build time was.
Yeah.
What did I tell you, Taylor? I told you.
So this particular home, it was smooth sailing. So when the Fernandez family came in, they already had a lot of their utilities ready to go, which most certainly pushes that process along a bit quicker. We didn't have to wait on getting the electric, the septic. Those things were already there. So the water. So this particular home, we signed an agreement and we got started in construction and right under 3 months. And it took right at about 6 months to build this home. So they were closed and moved in right at 9 months for this particular.
Yeah, 9 months total from the time that they gave us the deposit to the time they moved in. They were in. Of course, during that time, they were making no payments, no interest was accruing. Like, it was just watch it be built, Tilson built out of our own pocket, and they didn't pay a dime until the house was completely finished. So that's a great question, Samantha. Thanks for asking.
Angelica has a question about the ceiling height in the garage.
It is also 9 foot. So the plate height is going to be standard 9 feet on this particular, the Heritage Series here. And so these custom options that we have already figured out, for example, the covered porch, there's a covered porch option for the rear. The attached garage, they're also going to be 9 foot ceiling standard in the Heritage Series here. And that kind of depends on the floor plan, but on this particular one and the Heritage Series, it's going to be 9 foot.
Yeah, your porch ceiling height, even on the front here, it's going to be 9 foot. The garage, all of that. So great question, Angelica. Thank you so much.
Great. Alma is curious if you guys have the plan in front of you. Do you know the width?
I do have the width. It looks like overall with the attached garage from outside to outside there, it was 66 foot 7 inches wide. So about 67 foot wide there.
Yeah, and that's going to be here. So that's from the outside, this wall here to the other side. And the garage is about 22 feet on this house. So the house is about 45 feet wide and the garage about 22. So
that's correct.
Great. And then Dawn is very excited because that's the brick color that she chose. So I guess that's what she was hoping you would say.
Good choice, Dawn. Good
choice. And then Lagina is asking again, what was the square footage on this home?
Yeah, so the final square footage on this one, I believe the living area was right at 1463 square feet of living area. And so that's heated and air conditioned space, and then total slab area somewhere around 2250 square feet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was going to say just a hair under 2,300 square feet of total slab area, and 1460. So,
okay, great. That is all the questions we have right now.
Awesome. All right, well, take us into this beautiful front porch. There's a great shot of that door. Tell us a little bit more about that door, and then we'll move on inside. And the ceiling, give us a little of the porch ceiling and the LED lighting, kind of that.
Yeah. So you can see we've got that traverse light there centered. I believe I think there's actually 2 traverse lights there, if I'm not mistaken. But that is, the lighting for our front porches. Typically, that's going to be standard. Of course, we can change those kind of things as well. But that was just included in that price, the base price of the home. You can see the actual ceiling, that material there. That is the Hardy. It's Hardy soffit or Hardy siding.
That's Hardy soffit. Yeah, you got it.
And so we use the whole the James Hardy system. So it qualifies for that limited lifetime warranty. All the corner boards, the fascia, everything as far as trim goes on the home is going to be that James Hardy product, which is very, very weather resistant, very, very good product. Yeah.
So the Hardy plank siding here, the Hardy fascia, Hardy soffit. Yeah, you're looking at the all in the 30-year warranty. So it's really, really nice. And you got the water table going here, and you can barely see it, but there's kind of a metal galvanized drip edge there going along again to keep that water off. But really that nice craftsman look and just a real sharp look on that.
Yeah. So the family room here, first thing your eye is drawn to, of course, is that beautiful engineered hardwood floor that they have at the family room there. Standard, what most of our homes are going to have in the wet areas is going to be ceramic tile, and family room, hallways, bedrooms are going to be carpet standard. So they went ahead and they opted for an engineered hardwood change in the family room. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, for the most part, kept the rest of the flooring pretty standard with the exception of some upgraded carpet padding, I believe. But you can see they do, you kind of barely see it, but at the foyer there, they did still keep that ceramic tile, that wet entry, engineered hardwood. You want to try not to get it wet. You don't want it bowing, warping, anything like that. So they kept the ceramic tile at the entry there. And then, of course, in the rest of the wet areas.
Yeah, and so you see more of that LED lighting all throughout the kitchen that's going to be included in every one of our homes. All the light bulbs that are in these fixtures, of course, all LED. Ceiling fans, not just in the family room, but actually we do ceiling fans in all the bedrooms, which, again, a lot of builders, they charge extra for that. So it's a really nice, clean, complete package. Beautiful cabinets, too. Great job on that.
Yeah, you can see that French door at the back there. That's just included in the home there. And, of course, we can always make changes, customize those kind of things. But like Eric mentioned, those beautiful painted cabinets there, they did that throughout the house. And you'll see here in a second the granite choices, plumbing fixtures, and everything they did, everything tied together really, really well. So speaking of, here we go right here. You can see, first off, I'd like to point out the kitchen faucet there. So it's a pretty nice newish product that we offer now. It's got touch technology, so you can turn on and off. You can turn that lever on and then just touch it to turn it on and off. Really cool little feature that they actually saw here in the model, the driftwood model that we have here in Georgetown. Granite countertops. They just went with one of our standard selections there, and looks really, really good. Pops with that white. Sure. And then that backsplash, of course, that's one of my favorites, the white subway tile. So they upgraded that feature in the kitchen, and it really just ties in really, really well with all the color schemes they've got going on. They've got the Frigidaire stainless steel appliances there, the range oven with the microwave above, and then the dishwasher right below on this left side of the sink there. Mm-hmm. All stainless steel appliances there that match.
Yeah, this turned out really, the little details that our cabinet and trim carpenters do, where these toe kicks that kind of go in and give it a nice little custom, almost like a furniture feel as it goes around. So
yeah, definitely got a little island there for some prep space. Already has quite a bit of cabinetry and counter space to prepare on next to your range and your dishwasher, but that added little space there, that's just included in the home. And gives them a little bit more storage space, a little bit more prep space there. But this is the standard design for this floor plan. So,
yeah, I mean, we didn't talk about this at first, but some of as far as changes go on this plan, did they? Because on some of these we've done. If you guys out there have watched, and please keep putting your questions in. We're going to stop here in just a second to answer some of your questions. Keep typing your questions in. But in a lot of these we've done in the past, customers have made some significant changes, high customization, which is great. We're here for that too. But tell us a little about the changes they made on this Rio, being the new floor plan that it is.
Yeah, so they actually didn't make a whole lot of changes, which just kind of goes to show, a lot of the homes that we have offer just kind of the standard features and the standard design. It's a pretty good setup. Of course, everyone has their own taste. Everyone, wants to put their own touch on it, but for the most part, all they did was the walk-in shower, garage, and uncovered porch at the rear to really customize the design. Other than that, this is pretty much stock from our drafting team there.
Nice.
We really pride ourselves on efficient design, no wasted space. And for the 14 plus square foot that this is, I think you'll get a good idea of just how spacious it is and how efficient it's been designed.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dawn, we want to pause right here, see if we got any questions that you want us to answer.
Sure.
Okay. Well, if that works for you, it works for us.
All right. So the first question we have, Crystal and Derek are asking about the size of the garage.
Yeah. So our standard garages, we like them to be a little bit bigger. I know a lot of builders out there, they will do a roughly 20 by 20 garage from outside wall to outside wall, and our standard typically is about 22 by 22 from outside wall to outside wall, so somewhere around 484 square feet on this garage here.
Yeah, pickup truck size.
Actually can fit 2 cars in the garage.
That's right, you can actually fit 2 cars in the garage.
Not ding up the other car getting out.
That's right, and it's a 16-foot overhead door, and of course we include an opener no matter what.
And then Jacob has a question. He's got 2.5 acres in Medina County and wants to know if our geotechnical costs can be saved if we built the house next door.
Great question, Jacob. It sounds logical, it's that close by. We actually are going to include a geotechnical investigation in the base price of every single one of our homes, no matter what, because the soil can just vary significantly from location to location. And we're emphatic that it be done inside the footprint of the home as well. So there are builders out there and geotechs that'll stop on the side of the road and just do it in the ditch. And maybe that's good enough in some cases. But for us, we want it inside the footprint of that home, so that we know exactly the soil that we're going to be building on and exactly how it's going to be reacting to moisture and lack of moisture. So I wish that we could, but based on 90 years of experience, man, we'll tell you that it could be too different from even 13 feet apart, never mind 200 feet apart. I love our customers and our prospects, how they feel like, 2.5 acres is kind of small. Can we just do 2.5? Like, it's so great. I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's kind of cozy.
Just a wee bit of space. Jennifer is asking, she wants to add a gas fireplace to her floor plan. Is that something that's going to need the full fireplace structure with a flue, or is it just kind of decorative?
Great question.
Yeah. So
We can do a direct vent is one way, is how we typically do a gas one. So there's electric is one way to do it, and that would be truly decorative. Now, they do put off heat, actually. We have one in our Georgetown Design Center. But for a gas or propane fireplace, we have to have a way for the gas exhaust, the fumes, to get out of the home. And in that case, it's done direct. It can be done via a flue and go up like a regular chimney, or it can be done direct vent, where truly it's just a box, probably 9-inch by 11-inch, that goes out the side of the back of the home and dumps the gas exhaust out there. But yeah, you got to do something to get that gas exhaust out, but it doesn't have to be. It can be very, very unnoticeable. In fact, you can even do them onto porches. It's safe to do it onto a covered porch, as long as the porch, of course, is ventilated and outside. So great question.
Awesome. And Sarah just wanted to share her excitement because she's actually building this plan in Gillespie County. So she was really excited to see one done. So she knew what she was seeing. If I'm not mistaken, I believe she bought from Mallory.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
And then Crystal and Derek are asking, is there a price difference for an uncovered porch versus the covered porch?
What do you got, Taylor?
Yeah, so there is, with the covered porch, there's a little bit more cost involved because of the roof coming out, extending the roof, the extension of the roof there, the actual columns supporting it, the framing, etc. So yeah, it is a little bit more expensive for a covered porch. And it just, once again, we can make it as large or as little as you'd like. But yeah, it is a little bit more expensive for a covered porch versus uncovered.
That's right. Good question.
Great question.
All right. And then Griselda, who joined us in progress, was asking about how much this house was exactly like this, like we're showing it.
Yeah, so this home, all in, after we made their color collection changes and a couple of slight tweaks right before we began construction, it was right under $210,000 on that property there.
Yeah. It started out at about $198 with the house, garage, and shower and everything, and then they did some upgrades. But Griselda, you may want to also check the website, because the pricing is going to vary a little bit based on what county you're building in. So the pricing that Taylor just went through is for Burnet County, Texas. So kind of northwest of the greater Austin area, where Burnet is, of course, south of Lampasas, but kind of north of Marble Falls, where Marble Falls is there as well. But that area over there, and of course, we build in 114 counties across the state. So some places it'll be a little less, some places it'll be a little more. But that pricing, of course, will also include the spray foam insulation, the dehumidifier, all those things that go along with the Climate Zone 3. And naturally, of course, your subway tile, your wood flooring, and all that kind of good stuff that's in there. So great question. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much.
Awesome. That is all the questions we have for now.
Rock and roll. Well, Taylor, tell us what was happening in the master bath, about the shower option.
Yeah, so this was that custom option I was telling you about. Normally, it would be a tub shower combination. Like I said, have one in the secondary bath. So they said, hey, let's opt for a walk-in shower here. You can't see it, but there is a seat behind that wall there. And, you can see you've got the semi-frameless shower there, and they actually went with a combination for the the hardware is the bronze. You can see there in the water closet, the bronze toilet paper holder there, and the doorknob. And then they've actually opted for, which I think looks really good together, they've got the upgraded stainless or nickel plumbing fixtures throughout the house, which they matched with their light fixtures there. So it actually, with the granite choice, the white, it all came together really, really well. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, the tile, custom tile. Of course, we dropped the showers about 3.5 inches, and put the drain there in the center. Nice shower floor tile. We don't use the one piece acrylic or fiberglass. Just a real nice, clean, custom look. You have a granite sill going across here, which is really, really sharp. And then
it's kind of hard to tell.
LED lighting. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's kind of hard to tell in this photo here, but that master shower window there, they actually elected to obscure that there. Yeah. So you still got that natural light coming in, but not that anybody out there, but you can't see in. It's
they got their privacy on their 10 acres. That's good. You never know when the cows may be walking by or something. It's hard to see it in this photo as well, but there's actually in our exhaust fans we can do a light in them. Or not. We can have some that have a heater in them, that have a light in them, but no matter what, you're looking at all LED, and it's really bright. The cabinet choice was fantastic. It's really set this room off.
So this is the master bedroom here. You can't tell because it's underneath, but they did elect to upgrade the carpet padding in all the bedrooms. So you can most certainly tell when you're walking around. A lot softer, a lot quieter, and it's just it really just feels good on your feet. But you can see they've got ceiling fans there. It's included in all the bedrooms, the family room. And of course, they've got 2 windows there for some natural light out on their nice property there. They've got quite the view. And they've got it looks like they elected for the 2-panel arch interior doors, which is one of our standard selections that you can choose from for the interior doors. And ultimately, you can just see they've got a nice, spacious little master bathroom here with those windows looking out onto their property.
Yeah, it's nice. I want to talk real briefly about the 2 different vents you're seeing up here. One is, of course, the supplies bring in cold air, hot air into the room. Cold air this time of year, and for 10 months out of the year. And then over here you've got another one, and that's actually a return air. So that's taking air, returning it back to the air handler, to the return air side. And we do that. That's a couple of reasons. One, to maintain similar temperature throughout the house. So if you've ever been in a house, an older house, where you have the door if you close the door in the bedroom, which is not uncommon to want to do that, close the door, you'll hear like a whistling, hissing noise under the door there. And what it is that because a lot of times you'll see just the one big return air in like a hallway, and that air handler is working really, really hard to suck this cubic footage of air out of this big space, like a master bedroom, put it up there. So to prevent that from happening and be able to have that same ambient temperature and same pressure balancing across the house, we put return airs in every single bedroom so that if you close the door, that air can still get out of that room and back to the supply. And it just creates less wear and tear on your HVAC system. You don't have that weird hissing noise or you don't have the weird ghost in the night that slams the door shut when the AC kicks on. So anyway, just one little feature that sometimes go unnoticed, that we put a lot of thought into these things. So.
Yeah, and so I just noticed, and Dawn, you might present this question in a second, but if you could back up to the master bathroom for just a second there, Eric. I see Sarah Zenner there asked the question about the mirrors in the bathroom. Great question. It was one of the things I meant to point out. So, and I think there's going to be another photo here in a second, but that decorative mirror trim, so that was another upgrade that they elected to choose from. Normally, it doesn't come with any kind of decorative trim, but we have a ton of different options that you can choose from. And, like I mentioned previously, this particular option just goes really well with those plumbing fixtures and those light fixtures.
But they all do come with mirrors, to answer your question, Sarah. So, yeah, you get mirrors in every single bathroom. That's going to be included no matter what. And then all this customer opted for was to have kind of a decorative satin nickel trim that matches their plumbing fixtures. Really, like Taylor said, this looks really, really sharp.
So,
spare bedrooms.
So this is the secondary bedroom.
It's a really big master closet.
Oh, sorry. Yes. My mistake.
This is a really good sized closet on a plan like this. So.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, of course, this can all be customized. This one, they just have the one shelf and one rod around the perimeter of that closet there. You can completely customize that however you see fit. I've seen quite a few different options there, but pretty spacious closet in the master, just, considering the size. And it's hopefully not going to be any fighting over space there. Not too
I have a
small.
feeling it'll be a short fight.
Yeah, exactly.
For closet space. But yeah, you're right, Don. Thanks for pointing that out. In a 1,470-foot home, to get a massive walk-in closet like this is just a real testament to the use of space and the design. So very efficient. And this will save them on, the fact that being able to get everything they needed coming out of a home in the city in 1,470 feet is, going to save them long-term on maintenance, on taxes, because, property tax is one of those things that you can't really control that going forward to a great degree. So it's something to really think about. So it's pretty awesome. What other, tell us about this. So this is, the neat design about this is the bedrooms don't actually share any walls with the master because of that closet. So it's nice having that 3-bedroom layout.
Yeah, so same, they've got the 2 windows there at the front looking out, got that beautiful view, got the natural light coming in, got the closet there on the left-hand side, and just once again, for this size home, these are pretty spacious bedrooms. It is, a lot of folks love that split bedroom setup. And although these aren't on the other side of the house, they're not sharing a wall with that master bedroom. So kids aren't going to keep you up at night or anything like that. You've got space away from them there, separated.
Very cool. Very sharp.
So secondary bathroom here, you can see they've got those brushed nickel plumbing fixtures with the bronze hardware. Once again, really, really ties in well with the granite options that they selected there. They elected for offset tile. This is just a standard tile selection that they chose with that dark grout, which really, really pops, and it accents these bronze hardware that they have throughout the house here. But just a standard tub shower combination that comes in the home there. It's already included. And once again, the mirrors that come in all the bathrooms, they elected to have the mirror trim, the decorative mirror trim in here as well. With, of course, those undermounted sinks in all the bathrooms and the kitchen there. Yep.
Something that kind of can go unnoticed sometimes is we do put a little custom tile shelf. You can't see it at first, but it's there to, hold a plate, just a nice place to set your shampoo and all that kind of good stuff to have in the shower with you, which is nice.
So this is the side load garage, and on this particular floor plan, I'm pretty sure we have a side load, front load, and an alternate side load, if I'm not mistaken. They chose the brown color to really match the brick and trim colors that they went with. And inside the garage here, you can see it's a standard 16-foot wide door by 8 foot tall, 7 or 8 foot tall. I believe this was.
It's going to be you can look on the plan. It's there.
Yeah, 8 foot tall door. Sorry about that. So yeah, 16-foot wide by 8 foot tall door. All of our garages are going to come standard with at least one garage door opener. And something to kind of point out here is we have recessed traverse lights that are just standard in the garage. And I know a lot of builders out there, their attached garages, they don't come being painted, sheetrocked, and trimmed. They're not finished out. So for Tilson, all of our attached garages are going to be standard. They're going to be trimmed out to begin with.
Yep. Even this slide was done now that they were running it when we were doing the photographs. But yeah, it's the blade base sitting over here and it's run. So yeah, great to point that out because most of them just leave it with you can see all the tape joints and float joints and just not a really good clean look. So we do that.
So looking from the garage door into the kitchen area there, you can see the hallway going into the bedrooms back there. Just another view of that clean, fresh subway tile, white cabinets, the stainless steel Frigidaire appliances. I can't stress enough how much I love the color scheme that they went with. It really, really, really works well together. You've got these sheetrock openings. You can elect for them to be arched or squared off like this. Just a matter of preference there. But all those, once again, those LED traverse lights throughout the kitchen are just standard included to begin with. And these interior doors that you're looking at, as well as the trim, the baseboards and casing, all that is just standard in these Heritage Series homes and most of our floor plans.
Very nice.
So this is that uncovered porch that they had added. You can see they've got the French door there in the corner coming out from the kitchen/dining area. Got that window there for natural light, and then the 6-panel door leading into their garage there.
Yeah.
That little light fixture on the left-hand side, that is just included. It's most of the time when we have a garage and an exit door coming out the rear, it's going to have some kind of wall sconce on the exterior or near the exterior door there. And it's, well, I'll talk about that in the next slide, but nice little uncovered area. And he's got his propane hookup over here, so you can have a nice little grill set up later. And just a nice little area to relax, hang out, and enjoy your family and friends' company there on the.
Yeah, and interestingly, you mentioned the wall sconce. So obviously, if this were covered, going back to the question we had about covered versus uncovered. So if it were covered, you'd be paying for that additional roof and soffit and everything coming down. There'd be a post here on the corner, potentially another one here in the middle, and the lights, of course, would be in the ceiling, like on the front porch. But that wall sconce, that's actually a code requirement. Anywhere you're going to have an exterior door, you have to have a light so that you can find your keys and see the door and all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, yeah, that's a code compliance deal. So. Oh, come on now. There we go.
All right. So looking at the rear here, you can see those master bedroom windows on the far right-hand side there. And then, of course, that fixed window, that transom window up top, that obscured window. So we try to get as much natural light in these homes as possible. Of course, you can always add, delete, and change the size of windows. They elected to just go with the standard size windows. And as you can see, there's lots of natural light just included here. It's kind of hard to tell. I know you can see these air vents or these, not air vents. These,
well, there's all kinds of vents coming because you got dryer vents coming out. You got your
air hawks.
Yeah, you got some air hawks. You got your vent hood from your microwave vent hood that vents all the way out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they also, something that was pretty neat that a lot of people don't really think about it. I try to suggest it anytime we sit down for final plan approval, but they also added soffit outlets on the corners, on the front left and back right corner, I believe.
Barely see one here. Yeah, barely see it.
So those are really great for like Christmas lights, for example, or really anything that you're going to need to be, doing any kind of work on the roof or anything like that. It's just really convenient, especially for Christmas lights. But they added those on both corners, each corner of the house, 2 corners of the house there, so that if they decide to do Christmas lights, they've got easy, seamless connection there. And that was just one of the pretty inexpensive custom design choices that they made. I think will go a long way in the future when if and when they do decide to do something like Christmas lights there.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you can see again the propane hookup here that they have because they're running their gas stove off that, and yeah, just real clean look. Dawn, any other questions that we can answer right this second?
Yes. So let's see. Jennifer is asking about AC units. How many do we typically include on a house?
So it's going to be whatever so we use a computer software called Manual J. So we give them a bunch of data. This is done by a third party. We give them, of course, the plans. We give them what we call the stakeout, or what has the plan located on the piece of property. They type in what direction the house is facing, the latitude and longitude of the house, so they can get an average climate, temperature highs and lows for the area. They're going to get ceiling heights in there, square footage of glazing or glass. We're going to tell them what type of insulation we're using, whether it's fiberglass, what the thickness is, or if it's spray foam. Where we tell them what type of exterior doors, what type of windows, what the solar heat gain coefficient of the windows are. So a bunch of data that goes in there, and it'll prescribe or kind of spit out a HVAC layout and design. So in this case, really as tight as these homes are built these days, and you're going to be hard pressed to get more than one unit until you get up to a little over probably 3,000 square feet, unless you're doing it upstairs. So usually what I'm seeing is that they're doing, 2,000 or 2,300 square feet, and then an upstairs, that upstairs unit will be on a different system. But for the most part, these days with as tight as the homes are built, you're getting one AC unit all the way up to about 2,800 and 3,000 square feet. Again, depending on the layout, depending on the location that's being built, and the insulation package that's going on the home. It's a great question.
Excellent. And then Denise is asking about roofing and whether there's an option for architectural shingles on our homes.
Well, good news. This one is. So.
Yeah, so all of our homes come standard with architectural shingles. And then, of course, we've got upgrades from there, high impact shingles, and then, of course, the metal roof that's really popular. We do just standard galvalume metal roofs, and we also have quite a few colored metal roof options to select from. But yeah, architectural, they used to call them 30-year shingles, now they call them lifetime, I believe.
Yeah, they have a limited lifetime warranty on them.
Yeah, and that's just included in all of our home standard.
Yeah, as opposed to what we don't use any of, Denise, is like the like 3-tab shingles. You'll see those a lot. We have some competitors that use those, and they'll work and they'll last a good while, particularly in this area of Texas. But we get a much better layout and a much smoother look with an architectural dimensional shingle, which is what we use on all of our homes. I don't like looking up there and being able to count how many pieces of plywood. It's not real attractive. So. Great question. Thank you so much, Denise. What else we got?
Just one last thing. We have a comment from Lori that she cannot wait for her Tilson home.
We can't either. So, well, if that's all the questions we got, we want to thank everyone for joining us today. We're so grateful for your time and spending it with us. Thank you, Taylor. If you guys want to get in touch with Taylor, you can find him at the Georgetown sales office, and it's McIntyre T at tilsonhome.com. He's easy to get a hold of. He's there waiting for you to call him or show up at his doorstep right now. And we thank you so much, Taylor, for doing this, taking time out of your day. We know you guys are super, super busy. So I appreciate it. Dawn, thank you as always for moderating. We're grateful for you and the time you put into these. And thanks a lot. So we will see you guys next time. Can't wait to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thanks.